The football world did not expect to wake up to this kind of silence before the storm. No leaked contracts, no dramatic press conference, no flashing headlines at first. Just a quiet shift in tone, a subtle change in the air around Inter Miami that fans could feel before they could explain. And then the news began to spread. Inter Miami had finally made the move Lionel Messi had been waiting for. Not a gesture, not a promise, a real signal. The kind that changes careers, legacies, and the direction of an entire league. In that moment, optimism returned. Not the loud, reckless hype of Messi's arrival, but something deeper, something more serious, something that felt permanent. From the moment Messi chose Miami, the football world split into believers and skeptics. On one side were those who saw it as a beautiful final chapter, a genius rewriting the rules of global football by choosing influence over tradition. On the other side were those who whispered that it was a soft landing, a step away from the highest level, a place where ambition would slowly fade. Messi heard all of it, even if he never responded, because Messi has never needed words to answer doubt. His career has always been his reply. Still, even greatness needs structure. Even legends need support. And behind the sold-out stadiums, the viral clips, and the endless headlines, there was a question that refused to disappear. Could Inter Miami truly become a project worthy of Lionel Messi? Or was this destined to remain a beautiful experiment, powerful in image, but fragile in reality? Injuries arrived. Travel took its toll. The weight of carrying not just a club, but an entire league's global credibility became visible. Messi kept playing, kept creating, kept lifting standards. But the cracks were there, and fans could feel them. That is why this moment matters so much. Because what Inter Miami delivered was not designed for cameras. It was designed for Messi. Internal decisions reshaped the direction of the club. Recruitment plans were reworked with long-term vision instead of short-term noise. Facilities were upgraded not to impress visitors, but to protect the body of a player whose intelligence depends on rhythm and care. The football philosophy began to shift, quietly aligning itself around how Messi sees the game, not how marketing departments sell it. For the first time since his arrival, there's a real sense that Inter Miami is no longer reacting to Messi's presence, is building around it. And those closest to the situation say Messi noticed immediately. Not with celebration, not with demands, but with comfort. His family feels settled. His body feels managed. His role inside the club feels natural rather than symbolic. Influence has arrived without force, and that is when it becomes most powerful. On the pitch, the change is subtle but undeniable. Messi plays with a freedom that only comes when pressure dissolves. There is no desperation in his movement, no urgency to prove what has already been proven. Every touch feels deliberate. Every pass feels like an instruction rather than a reaction. Younger players follow him without being told. They learn by watching. They adjust their decisions instinctively, knowing that being one step ahead is the only way to keep up with him. This is not Messi chasing greatness. This is Messi shaping it. And as Miami begins to stabilize around him, the football world felt another tremor. This time from a familiar name, Cristiano Ronaldo. A few carefully chosen words. A public statement that said just enough to ignite speculation and just little enough to deepen the mystery. No drama, no spectacle, just reflection, legacy, purpose. The tone alone told the story. Something is coming. Ronaldo has never been a player who drifts quietly into the background. Every chapter of his career has been intentional, calculated, and competitive. That is why this moment feels different. There's a calm in his words that suggests transition rather than conquest. He spoke not about records, but about meaning. Not about numbers, but about environment. For a player who built his empire on relentless pursuit, this pause feels significant, almost philosophical. Immediately, the debates exploded. A new league, a familiar one, a final challenge, or perhaps a role that extends beyond playing. No one knows, and that uncertainty is exactly why the world is watching. Because when Ronaldo hints at change, history usually follows. He does not speak lightly about the future. He never has. The contrast between these two moments is impossible to ignore. Messi, finding stability, alignment, and a shared vision in Miami. Ronaldo, standing at a crossroads, reflecting on the next step of a journey defined by movement and reinvention. Two legends, two paths, still connected, still shaping global football without sharing the same pitch. Back in Miami, the transformation is no longer limited to strategy meetings. It is visible on the training ground. Sessions are more intense, but also more joyful. Young players carry themselves differently. The dressing room energy is focused, unified, and quietly ambitious. The club's leadership understands what this phase represents. This is bigger than wins, bigger than trophies. This is about building an identity that survives after Messi steps away. Fans have felt the shift too. The noise inside the stadium carries belief now, not just excitement. Supporters are no longer asking how long Messi will stay. They are asking what Inter Miami can become. MLS itself is changing under the weight of this influence. Young players see a future that once felt distant. Global audiences are paying attention in ways that once seemed impossible. And through it all, Messi remains exactly who he has always been. Calm, focused, uninterested in spectacle. What separates this phase of his career from earlier ones is freedom. There is no rivalry to chase, no individual award to hunt, no narrative to control. Just football, just influence, just leadership that speaks without volume. Inter Miami's style is evolving naturally around him. The tempo adjusts to his rhythm. Decisions are made to enhance his strengths rather than test his patience. This mutual understanding is what makes the recent developments so powerful. It confirms that both sides are committed to something that extends far beyond a single season or a short-term headline. Meanwhile, Ronaldo's words continue to echo. The calm before the storm. The sense that a final, defining choice is approaching. For a player whose career has been built on relentless motion, stillness feels meaningful. And whether that next step involves a new challenge or a transformed role, it will matter. Because Ronaldo does not move without purpose. As fans, all that remains is to watch, to wait, to appreciate what this era still offers. Two of the greatest players in the history of football, deep into their careers, still controlling the conversation, still influencing the game, still writing chapters that feel larger than sport. For Messi, the future in Miami now feels clear, stable, and full of possibility. For Ronaldo, the road ahead remains mysterious, but charged with potential. The months ahead promise drama, reflection, and moments that will be remembered long after the final whistle. Because legends do not fade quietly. They evolve. And right now, football is witnessing that evolution in real time.